What's up, guys? My name's Chelsea here, and welcome to my official first video of my official YouTube channel, Cheer Mystery Incorporated. Now guys, this is my first video, so bear with me. Now guys, you may know me from filming this video. That was a time when I went to cheer sport with my mom and we filmed TGLC. That was like the last competition before the last competition I went to, and before the freaking coronavirus came in and ruined everything, literally.
Yeah, that's right, COVID-19 moved up here and ruined everything, yeah!
Excuse you, thank you for that, like, literally. Oh my God, go away. Now in this channel, I will be discussing and doing reviews on cheerleading teams, even college cheerleaders. I mostly do competitive, but I can do college cheerleaders as well. I mean, I kind of know a few, so, And I will be even doing reactions, and I'm not going to be just sitting in front of a camera talking stuff. I'll even vlog at a competition or two if I can get there even. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I grew up as a cheerleader, started from the past and to the present. So here we go. Now I started cheerleading around when I was 4 years old. But before that, I watched my sisters they were cheerleaders before me. Like my eldest sister Candice and my middle sister Rachel, who's the second oldest. They were cheerleaders and I used to watch, and my mom was even a cheerleader as well. She was kind of like the old competitive cheerleader back then. She had a back handspring and all that stuff. So she knew a lot about that stuff. And she even went to UCA. And she became a coach, and she coached my sisters for all those years. And then at the same time when my sister Candice kind of quit cheerleading for a bit, that's when I came in. And I went to my first gym. I will never forget the day. It was my first day and I walked into the gym. That's when I knew I was gonna get started. I'm not gonna lie, guys, when I first started cheerleading, I was kind of like a hot mess. I was always crying. I was a crybaby, so yeah. But eventually I kind of got out of that little phase, but I did grow into it. I mean, I started to really enjoy it, like I did. And I worked real hard. My mom even helped me a bit. She kind of like, my mom was kind of like a little tough coach. She was a tough coach, and she was kind of tough on me. But the one coach who taught me my back handspring, this man, he's helped me. His name is Coach Jimmy. And I remember he was so patient with me, even though I had my little crying days. Like, he was so patient with me, and he did his best to teach me everything I knew. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be much of a tumbler. So I had to thank him for it. The first ever cheerleading team I was on, it was called Premier Cougars. It wasn't that big, but it was a cheerleading program. So yeah. And then Premier Cougars became an official all-star team called Infinity Elite. And that's when I came in, and I already had my back handspring then. I really grew into it. So I had my back handspring around almost when I was probably like 5 then, and then I turned 6. So I had my back handspring, and I was on my mom's team, who was coaching with another woman who was a friend named Coach Melanie. And they were two, my mom and Miss Coach Melanie, they were both my coaches for my team. And the first team the official team I was on was called Showstoppers. Yeah, our uniforms were cute. I don't necessarily have a picture of it, I wish I did, but I remember that it was like a cute little blue uniform, because our colors were like United States colors, like red, white, and blue. That was our colors, in silver. And I mean, it was a great program. I had fun. And then after Showstoppers, I joined the team Bling Bling. It was a cute name. Like, that was one of my favorite cheer seasons. I just loved that team. I loved my teammates. I loved my routine. Like, I did my back handsprings, and I could care less if we won or lose. I just enjoyed the sport, really. And then we had a great program. It was a good program. We had some wins. We had a great little cheerleading program. But I wouldn't say it was that much, big, that much. So, and I remember the day we had to move gyms, because the old gym that I was in, it had 3 floors, trampoline, and a pit. Like, it was a really cool gym, like it was. But then we had to move, and the gym owner director, Miss Vivian, kind of moved us to another gym which had 2 big spring floors and a pit and a tumble track and a trampoline, of course. And it had like 2 viewing rooms, one upstairs, one downstairs. It was kind of like the old gym, but this one was like way different. And I remember we were Infinity League what was there. We had everything programmed, and then all of a sudden we kind of had to like collaborate with a different gym. I don't know if you guys might know him or not, but if you ever heard of Austin Cobb and his sister Brittany Cobb, you know, they were on Disney Channel at some point. I knew them. We were on the same team together. I remember the first day when I find out that Infinity Elite will be collabing with another gym called the Titans. I think that was their name, the Titans. And you know, Miss Vivian, we were all had a meeting. Like Infinity Elite athletes showed up, and all these other athletes from a different gym. Like, who are these people? You know, that's when I first saw Austin and Brittany Cobb and their coach, Coach Mike. Like, Coach Mike, when I first met him at first, he was kind of like, I guess he was the owner of the Titans. But when I first met him at first, he seemed a little intimidating. Because I heard he was a really tough coach. He kind of yells, but that's like his coaching method. So, I mean, that's normal in cheerleading. But anyway, Coach Mike came in and the rest of his athletes. And I'm like, who are all these people? And what are they doing in our gym? And when we find out that we're combining the team together, making an official company, that's when the gym Infinity Titans was born. We decided to make Infinity Elite and Titans and combine and call it Infinity Titans. The team that I was on was called Pegasus. It was a level 2 youth. It wasn't much. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed because my sister Rachel would join like a J4 team, which was, that team was like the best. They're called Helios. They actually have a video of them performing. It's called Infinity Titans Helios Cheersport Nationals 2008. I mean, you can find it. I'll try to put in the link if I can. And then I have like of course my team Infinity Titans Pegasus Cheersport 2008. I have that. I'll try to put those links in the description if I can do it, guys. I don't know if I can. But anyway, when we made those teams, it was okay. My team was all right, I guess, but it was not as much as fun as Helios was. Like they had a great cheerleading routine, and their cheerleading routine had like a theme. Like each of us kind of had like themes, but I wouldn't say like my team had a theme, but Helios and the level 5 team, who was called Greek Gods, they even had a theme, like because you know our teams were named after like mythology stuff, like Pegasus, Greek, Helios's, Greek goddesses, Greek gods. So we were named after those. So those were team names. So you could say that was like it was kind of cool and a little bit trendy, you know. It looked cool. But anyway, Helios was the best team in the gym because they have not lost the competition. They were a winning team, and their routine was themed Hairspray. You know the movie. I'm talking about the 2008 one, I think. Not the old one, but the new one. Their routine was themed Hairspray, and I loved the routine. Like I wanted to be on that team. Everybody did. But the fact that I didn't have my tuck, that just sucked. So yeah. And my sister was having a good time. I was a little bit jealous because, you know, they did a lot of more fun stuff than we did. They went on scavenger hunts. They had sleepovers. They went to parties and all that stuff. It was really cool for them, and I know Rachel had a good time. So good for you, Rachel. But then I remember that I had to join my mom's team. She put me on her level 1 little junior team, because she needed somebody I had to be like a fill-in or something because they needed an extra girl, so I filled in. And that team was called Greek Goddesses. It was a level 1 team. It was a junior level 1 team, and I joined. I was helping these girls out, but it wasn't that bad. I got along with the team. They were really fun. I mean, we kind of did some stuff together. We went to hotels together, did parties, did lock-ins, all that stuff, you know, what normal cheer gyms would do. And I kind of had way more fun with them than my Pegasus team because I didn't really do much with the Pegasus teams. So yeah. But Coach Mike, he was the type of coach that would just make you condition the whole practice if he could, because he's a tough coach. And he kind of helped my team out a little bit because he did choreograph some stuff on my team. He did, because that's what he does. He's a good coach. He helped all the teams out, and he just made great choreography as best as he could. But his teams were Helios and Greek Gods, because he was coaches of those teams. He only helped my team out for a bit. And then you have all these competitions we went to. Like Helios was like nonstop winning and winning. I only won like a couple of competitions, that was it. But Helios, they were undefeated. And when it came from that time, it kind of ended there. After that season, me and my sister Rachel kind of took a little break from cheerleading for about few years, I say. And then me and Rachel ended up on Ace Cheer Company. Now at first, Ace Cheer Company, I heard about them back when I was on Infinity Titans. I heard that they were a really, really good program, a good gym. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to join them. And I remember this time at Cheer Sport, Coach Mike, he performed with them. And it was this large co-ed team. I forgot the name of the team, but they did awesome. I loved the routine, all the energy. The routine was so cool. I'm like, this is Ace Cheer Company. I want to join that team. And then here's a few years later, and I'm back, and I join Ace Cheer Company. At first I tried out, and I had made a level 2 team called Red Feathers. Now, don't get me wrong, Red Feathers was a great team. We got along, we had lots of fun. I made lots of friends, and we really did get along. And I had a great time with them. And I really grew closer with these girls, and I had a great time. I mean, we didn't win much, but we were just so close. Like, it was just a bond, and I really enjoyed doing a season with them. Like, I'll never forget that season. That was a great season for me. And then finally, I had joined after that season, because Red Feathers was like 2012 to 2013 season. After that, I had joined, it was my freshman year in high school, and I had joined I was on my JV at my school, East Coweta. I was JV cheerleader, junior varsity, and I was on a J3 level 3 team at Ace Cheer Company. Now get this, Ace Cheer Company was in the exact same gym that Infinity Titans was in, because Miss Vivian kind of decided to let them in and make Ace Cheer Company Atlanta the same time, because while me and my sister were on a break, Austin and Brittany joined Ace, and they really kind of had lots of fun building that gym up. And when I came back and joined that team, that's when I was back at the old gym. Like, wow, it kind of got me like nostalgia, because I remember those days when I went, because I haven't been in that gym in years, and to go back at that same gym that I was on, and to be on Ace Cheer Company, I thought it was amazing. But after Red Feather season, we had to move because Miss Vivian just kind of left out of Ace. Lots of people left after that season. I don't know why, because we had like a lot of people, but then they just disappeared, and then Miss Vivian left. Austin Cobb, that's the time Austin and Brittany, that was the last time they cheered on Ace, and then they went to Stingrays. And then we moved because they couldn't afford the gym no more. I mean, I heard that Miss Vivian was kind of like was a banker, and she was in charge of all the payments and everything, done the bills, because she owned like the best gym. She even got rewards for it, because she knew how to own a good gym. She did. But ever since she left, like, they couldn't afford it, so they had no choice but to move to this little gym. It was this little gym that used to be a preschool, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it was a little bit dingy, but it was all we had, so I had to go with it. As much as I didn't like it, I just had to go with it and just deal with it. And once I joined the team Seahawks, it was okay at first, but then we had a lot of kids. But after we went to camp, like, a lot of those kids left. I'm like, are you serious? Because people just kept on leaving. I'm like, what is going on? And I started off the season, I just stayed ahead, headstrong, and I started to stay ahead But this team was much different than Red Feathers because everybody was just so kind of negative and just so argumentative. There was a lot of negativity in there. And I just didn't understand why. Like when you're on a team, you need to get along no matter what. There shouldn't be no tension between anybody. So there was a lot of tension in that team, and that I didn't like. So I would say that wasn't much of a season, but I am thankful that I did it anyway because it was still fun at the end of the day. And this is the time when I went to Summit with that team. And when we earned a bid from, we went to Spirit of Hope, and that's where we earned our bid, and we had won that competition. We were all excited. And as much as we got further into our season, things just gotten like more intense because so many people got hurt, and then not to mention some people were quitting again. Like at this point, it was like, what's the point of going to Summit if we're just gonna leave out? Because by the time it was, we went to the competition Spirit Sports that was in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. That was the last competition before 2 more athletes left, and then we were on the verge of going to Summit. So we had to like strategize. We had to take some other girls from this other team called what was it called? Blackhawks? Yeah, Blackhawks. So some other girls from Blackhawks had to join us to help us out because our teammates kept leaving. And one of our teammates he was a boy, and he was really badly injured that he could not go. So we had to replace him. And then, well, we kind of had like strategized, make a whole routine, and then after that we went to the Summit. We performed, but sadly we did not make the second day. Yeah, it kind of sucked. But that's kind of like all we kind of had to share for. If you guys know, there's actually a video of Seahawks. If you go on, search on YouTube, Ace Seahawks Summit 2014, it's on there. You can find Seahawks, and that's where you'll see me on there even. So yeah, that was kind of like a rough little season. But after the Summit, I was a little bit sad. I was really upset. I mean, not even my sister didn't even make the second day on her team as well, and she was on Nighthawks. But when day 2 came, I decided, I'm just gonna go to the park and have fun, and that's what I did. I went with some friends from Nighthawks, and we had fun. We went on lots of rides at Disney because that's like the best part of summer. You get to go to Disney, so at least you have something to look forward to when you go up there, even if you don't make the second day. And after that, I kind of ended the season, and that was like the same time when I had made the competition squad at my high school. So moving on, I didn't do competitive cheerleading after that. I was off the all-star cheer after that. And then I moved on to high school cheerleading, which was pretty cool. And I had joined my first competition squad. It was really cool, but then sadly I was an alternate. I wasn't on the floor. Unless somebody got hurt, that's when I was a fill-in. And the reason why I had to be an alternate, because I remember when my sister was on the competition squad, they had an injury, and like 2 athletes, they only had 2 flyers. And when one flyer got hurt, they couldn't even go to state. And Coach Guest did not have, and there were no alternates. So she wanted to be like cautious. So that's why she had me as a fill-in as an alternate. She had 3 alternates just in case. So I mean, that was pretty a smart move to, keep extra girls just in case, because you never know. And I kind of enjoyed the whole season in my sophomore year. I was in my sophomore year. I had a good time, and when we went to state, it was so much fun. We went to the malls together. We went shopping. We ate together. We just really enjoyed ourselves, and that was like a really good season for me. But after my sophomore year, I didn't make the team in my junior year. That just sucked. And then I didn't make it in my senior year either, and that just sucked. So that was kind of like the last time I ever cheered. Well guys, that was like the rest of my whole story of me being a cheerleader. And I really want to make videos like these and become a reviewer of cheerleaders out there, and just spill the tea, tell what's going on, and give my thoughts on it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. So thank you for tuning in, and tune in for the next video. Bye.